Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. I am here by myself this evening. Linda will probably not be joining me this evening. She's not feeling well. Um, but that's okay. Excuse me for 1 second. I am sharing to the other groups. Hope you guys are doing okay. Uh, Hope everybody is doing well. If you're brand new to our Let's Talk Autism open discussion sessions, what this is all about is parents helping parents. If you have a question or you want to share some good news, some bad news, whatever have you, just throw it in the chat. I myself am a parent just like most of you. So what it's all about is just a little social gathering that we just come together on Sundays and talk about our journeys and share and learn from each other. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Teresa. Hey, Sonia. And there's Foxy Roxy. How are you guys doing this evening? I think I got it in, I think I shared it everywhere. I think I did. So while I got you all here too, there is a second chance for those of you who missed the deadline for our calendar pictures. So you have time to submit pictures. I put the link back up and I'll post it in here. I think I'll leave it up for a couple days. And the reason I'm opening it back up is because some of the parents did not follow directions. So I had to remove a lot of photos. So make sure, I'm sorry, make sure you check your emails if you submit it. And I may have sent you an email for you to submit another photo. But if you haven't and you missed out on the initial posting for the calendar, you have another opportunity. So I just put it in the chat area, and for some reason I cannot pin it. But okay, it won't let me pin, but it is in the chat area. So, and again, I'm going to leave it up for a couple more days so we can get some empty spots filled. Let's see. Hey, Victoria. There's Pammy. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Hello, hello. What kind of recording device can I get to monitor Queen swimming in her room? Swimming? Stimming. See if I'm getting this right. What kind of recording device can I get to monitor? Ring cameras have good devices you could set up like on a shelf or something, or put it in the corner if you wanted to monitor any of those devices. Will help if you just want to look in and check on her. I would say try a ring device or something like that, or even a baby monitor. You can set that up in a room. You probably have to do it where she won't notice it. Anyone else have any ideas? Hi, Nakia. How are you? And I'm going to also put the link if you guys want to come in with me, you are welcome. Linda has a migraine this evening, so she is resting. You know how those migraines can get. Um, so if anybody else has a suggestion for monitoring, what type of stimming does she do, Sonia? If you don't mind me asking, they have real cheap cameras that can record and you can link to your phone at Walmart. Oh, okay. I got mine for $20. Yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah, yeah, especially when you connect to your phone and you can monitor all the time. Hmm. So I put the StreamYard in the chat also. So any of you guys are welcome to come on in here with me if you want. That's what I want. Okay. Yeah, I have to watch DeAndre now, but he does it so frequently now. A lot lately. He stems with his hands a lot, and he has calluses on his knuckles. His skin has broken, on the skin. I mean, on the thumb from him doing it so much. And I mean, it's just like, I'm going to say over the past few months, it's been getting more and more. He stems a lot. She breaks the bed. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Is she jumping? Yeah, but I have to watch him because he ate, and then he'll take it and peel his skin when it gets like that. I'm like, I know it hurts. And Victoria says, what can I do to curb my kids' destructive behavior? It is more sensory seeking out of anger. We have locked up most things, so now they are chipping holes into the drywall. Anyone have any suggestions for Victoria? I've never um, been through this. It's just something they want to do. Um, maybe maybe a set time where they play. I know you give them things to like the sand and stuff to play with. Um, and maybe if you tell them this is the time to do it, and then maybe that'll help. You have any suggestions, Mr. Charles?
I don't really, I never did that. I did some other things like drawing on the walls and so on, writing on the walls, but that I,
Yeah.
uh, just tearing up the walls, and I'm not sure. Particularly when you have a child who can't really understand, the problem with doing certain things.
Hmm. Yeah.
Why it's such a problem.
Hmm.
Um, you know,
Yeah, I'm sorry you are going through that, but yeah, sounds like sensory seeking, especially if they're not angry about anything. Um, Sonia says, I don't know. I think she's bouncing on the bed. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, wow. Do you put any cream or anything on? Yeah. We have to keep the Neosporin. And I have that real heavy hand cream that you have to keep on him. And ooh, I'm gonna take a picture of his hands and show you guys. It's just I'm gonna make him an appointment to see the doctor so we can find out if there's a way to I usually when he starts and I'm right there and I know he's excited or something, or anxiety has kicked in, I'll just take his hand and kind of massage it and he'll stop. We've tried the balls, the rollers. Now there's a new thing that is ABA tech. um, got for us. It's still a roller, but it's something a little different than the regular ball rollers. We're gonna try that once we get over COVID. I have to take Jaylene to get a head scan because before COVID she was bang. Oh no, her head on everything. Yeah, I remember you saying that. And she's got a nasty bump on her hairline. Hey, Mr.
Yeah, hey,
Charles.
Foxy
Oh,
Roxy.
poor baby. Oh yeah,
Wow.
our babies. So how you been, Mr. Charles?
Oh,
How
I'm
was
doing
your
fine.
Sunday?
I'm trying to get a new iPhone set up and kind of wrestling with things. Now it's gotten to the point it says it needs to do a two-factor authentication, and so it send me a text, and it says I'm not getting the text. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah, might have to send it to my wife's phone and have her check her phone for the text message. I don't know, but
Oh, yeah.
whatever
Test it
reason I'm
out.
not getting it.
Hmm. My Jaylene did that,
Wow.
broke two beds. I got her a personal trampoline and it helped. Oh, yeah. Um, Sonia, have you tried a trampoline? Um, I know we set DeAndre's. I had to take mine down though. DeAndre had one because of the homeowner's insurance goes up if you have a trampoline or a swimming pool over here. But yeah, when he was younger, he had a smaller one that we could set in the basement so he can get all that energy out. And I loved it, but he's too big for it now. Have you tried that though, Sonia?
I guess trampolines
Right.
must involve
Huh?
liability issues.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So my neighbor, she got a above ground pool and she had to take down because of the insurance. And then it would have affected my insurance also because we're next door to each other.
Wow.
So yeah, I did. I had to take it down because yeah, I can't. Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, what that means is that you can get sued
Yep.
if some kid drowns in your
Yep.
neighbor's next door pool.
Yep. Or if some kid is on a trampoline and gets hurt, yep,
Yeah.
my
What I'm saying is if
responsibility.
it's
Yep.
on the neighbor's property, you can get sued for it, which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But
Right.
you know,
Sonia says I've tried it all. All she wants is her phone and her tablet and stays in her room. Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe if you monitor and catch her in time, you can stop the problem. Hopefully, monitoring will help. You know. So, I recently, Friday, we did the IEP, and it went pretty well. The main thing with our IEP is I wanted to the new teachers and um, the rest of the team to get to know DeAndre because these are all new faces. He's in a new school, even though he started the school during the pandemic. So this is his second year in high school. But since they were in school and not virtual, I thought we'd do a new IEP, even though he had one in May. So I requested one, and they had it scheduled within 10 days. And it went pretty well. So we got the goals together. Um, so the only thing now is we got everything on paper just to see how it goes during the rest of the school year. The cocoon swings are great too. Those are the ones that's like covered like a tent, right? Those might help, Sonia. Yeah. Jesse said, I just recently tried the Poppet fidget and it helps me a lot. Okay. Yeah, I tried to give, now with DeAndre, I tried to give him, he has several, but, to help him with the stimming just doesn't help. But yeah, that's something to try. Yeah. Try it all until you find something that works. So let me see if it'll let me. Maybe I have to go in.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. Oh. All right. I wanted to see if I could pin this. Oh, now it lets me pin it. So there it is. So now I pin the submission for the calendar page. Yeah, DeAndre just okay. And that's enough. hmm So, what's been going on? Oh, how is school for everybody? They actually closed the Detroit Public Schools for the entire week. They were supposed to originally be off starting Wednesday for the holiday, for the Thanksgiving holiday. But because so many parents were complaining because of COVID, um, uh, you know, you get a few students in one school that catch COVID, they have to shut down for a week. That school is all cleared, and they go to, then you hear about another school. So they just closed down the whole public school system so they can do deep cleaning in all of the buildings. And I was in the one of the parent groups for DPS, and you see so many complaints. But wintertime, I know it's going to be worse, but they're going to do Fridays. So they'll go in person Monday through Thursday. And now on Fridays for the winter, they'll do virtual just to help calm it down. Hey, Kate, and congratulations to Kate. She just recently got married. So, congratulations to you. Hope you are doing well with your new husband. She's 11, almost 12. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I missed that. Same thing. Okay. So she says she's 11, almost 12. Jaylene's teacher had to send all the students home early last Friday. Wow. Yeah. Congratulations to Kate. Hey, Danielle. Yes, congratulations, Kate. We'll have to get Kate back on real soon. And we lost Mr. Charles. We'll have to get Kate back on real soon after she's out of the honeymoon stage to do a live for us. Well, I was looking in the group, and there was a post that was asking if our children um, were assigned to a social worker. So I thought this would be a good time to speak on that too. Um, One thing is social workers depends on what type of social worker, and they can have different titles. I think what this parent was looking for, she had an adult child on the spectrum. So I would assume she was looking for maybe a disability social worker that can help with different things. But all of them should be able to help with different services, um, especially in a school setting. If you're like in most of our situations, if you're here in Michigan and you have Medicaid, they will assign you to a or refer you to a coordinator, which is a social worker that will help you with different services for your child. Anyone else have any intake on different social workers that can help an adult with autism? And she didn't specify exactly what she was looking for. I know maybe some of you guys seen the post, but I do know she was speaking on one that could help with an adult child on the spectrum.
What state was this in?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the post, but I don't know what state she was. I don't know whether it was California, maybe.
Yeah, because that make a difference. Because what provisions are available varies greatly from one state to another.
Right, right. Yeah, so many
And
different.
even
This
how you
state
have to go
does
about
this
availing yourself
different.
of the provision.
I would love for someone to do a live, someone that has already went through all of that with an adult child because Raymond is 17 and I would like to know some things to expect. Okay. So we'll make that happen. We will make that happen, Foxy Roxy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't help with because I managed to get through without any extra help of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And but again, it's great that resources are available now.
Yeah. 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 You just I guess everyone just has to know their state and what they provide, who to contact. Because I've noticed a lot of parents don't know where to start. You know.
And another thing is that if you have a child who's graduating high school and is able to move on to college, but the question is, can they handle college life? Some universities, are have resources within the university to help someone who has special needs to navigate college life.
Yeah. Hi, Charmaine. I have a question. How do I get comfortable with a babysitter when my daughter is 9 years old and is nonverbal for the most part and still in pull ups? Well, I would say if this is a stranger, interviews, monitoring, you will never be comfortable. I'm not saying it like you'll never, but you'll never be comfortable, especially when you're getting to know someone. It's always going to be, you're on the phone and talking. But I would say make sure you do thorough interviews. Make sure you find out who this babysitter has sat for before, um, and make sure because mother's intuitions always win. Make sure you're comfortable when you do accept that babysitter. Anyone else have any suggestions, Mr. Charles?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you said it best, because in the first place, some babysitters aren't going to want the job of babysitting a
Yeah.
9-year-old girl who is nonverbal and is not toilet trained. Uh, but beyond that, though, again, the question is, you got to think of all the questions you need answered, and I would say write them down. Write out the
That's a good
questions you need
suggestion.
answered, and that way, when you interview somebody who's a babysitter, you find out, how they
If
answer
they're
those questions.
experienced, have they ever babysat for someone that was nonverbal.
Yeah, her older child too, who is not fully toilet trained.
Hmm. He is,
Well,
isn't
I
he?
don't know. I'm just share my experiences. That's
He's
all I can
amazing.
do, and
He's being
including my
humble.
experience in life. I mean, I have experience in life that most people on the spectrum don't have. Having raised a child myself too.
I would have the babysitter sit a few times good idea, while you are still home so you can kind of train them with your daughter. Now that's a good idea. Help
Yeah,
you get to know your daughter, what she likes, what she doesn't, signals she may give. Yeah, good one, Victoria. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot different when you know your child can't make it alone once they become of age at college. Yes, yes. And Mr.
yeah,
Charles is right. There's a lot of colleges now that are very accommodating. I've gotten so much mail lately from different colleges that talk about the special needs kids. Now, the reality is DeAndre probably will never go to college because of his current level. But I do want him to get trained where he can have a job, maybe for a couple of hours a week. But yeah, a lot of colleges are very accommodating. My son teacher told me that he has improved so much in his speech, writing, communication skills, math, and typing skills. Awesome.
very good,
Awesome.
very good,
Keep up the
Teresa.
good work.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the best we can give, but hopefully it works out for you, Charmaine. Um, And Foxy says, always follow your gut. Like Nita said, you will always have concerns. I always check my kids' bodies as soon as getting them home from school, and I still do. I check Jaylene and Raymond in the shower after school. Yep. You're
yeah.
always going to be that parent, no matter.
And that's the thing,
Yep.
I mean, you contrast that with my experience with babysitters with my daughter. I we still my daughter and I still reminisce about how a teenage babysitter that we had left her with when her mother and I went out to celebrate our fifth anniversary. She
Hmm.
told the babysitter that we always gave her a big dish of ice cream before dinner, and the babysitter believed it.
And gave her some ice cream, huh? Did she give her some ice cream?
Yeah, she gave her a big dish of ice cream before dinner. Yeah. What's more, that lady who babysat her, she was then a teenage girl. Now she must be around 60 now. Uh, but anyway, I never let her live it down
Yeah.
either. We always called her the ice cream girl.
Oh yeah, she knew how to get what she wanted. Mark.
Yeah,
Hey, Kenyana. Kenyana says Daniel, I'm sorry, is still at a standstill academically. He's pretty much still at the kindergarten level. I'm just hoping by the time he's 22, he will be able to count money, follow directions, and at least have the capability to work at a grocery store. He
yeah.
will. He will. Just keep the faith, Mama. He will. My whole family of friends of mine are so proud of him. Yes, I
Yeah.
can imagine so. We're proud too. Yes, that's awesome. Keep up the good work.
And the thing is, kids do, they will, progress. They might not progress as fast as other kids their age, but they're progressing nevertheless. Right now, I'm tutoring a long distance. He lives in California. I'm tutoring a boy autistic boy who, helping him with his math, and I
Awesome.
see the progress he's making though.
Hmm.
And I just recommended, emailed his mother, and she passed it on to school that they move him up to the next level in math work because he seems to have what they have him working on pretty well mastered.
Awesome. Awesome. Raymond either, but yes, Raymond either. But our local supermarket and pizza place offer job placement. Well, that's awesome. Yep. And a lot of these shops will. Yep. A lot of these shops will. And then I'm looking forward because they made mention of a transitioning school that DeAndre would go to after he leaves the high school. And he would stay there in the transitioning school until he's like 24, I believe. But they say they teach them life skills and how to be out in the community. And they also help them get jobs. So I'm looking forward to him being in that program too.
Yeah.
Thank you. His math skills are first, second level. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
They have a program in Raymond's High School where they take them locals and teach them. Yep. Get them out in the community. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's the thing I find that, often kids in the spectrum are either very good at math or terrible at it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now DeAndre is like he likes to count money, but he has his moments. So it's like 1 minute he loves numbers though. 1 minute you'll say give him something to count and he's with it, and then the next minute is like okay. I'm like, did you forget or what? I don't know.
My first day in first grade, the teacher, I wasn't paying any attention to what the teacher was saying. She passed out a big sheet of paper to each of us. And when
Uh-huh.
I filled up my sheet of paper, what she wanted us to do, I don't know. I don't think she wanted to write our names because a lot of kids back then entered first grade unable to write their names. So I
Right.
don't know what she wanted us to do, but I filled it up, counting by 76s up to 7,600. Teacher
Mm.
took one look at it and she said, "Well, I never."
Wow. Mm. Yeah, and that's another thing for the parents that are looking for programs for your kids. And then if you didn't know that the school system, especially if you're in a public school and your child has an IEP, they are automatically assigned a social worker that's in that school. That social worker should introduce herself. They should be on the phone with you. They should be at all of your IEP meetings. That social worker will spend time with your child. And if you need help, that's what that social worker is there for. In the school, I'm speaking in terms of in the school. So for those of you who did not know that, I know a couple people in the group said they did not realize that, but there are social workers that are assigned to your child when they have an IEP. So make sure you guys check that out. And if you need help with anything, that's part of their job. Special needs private school tried to make him work in the school's coffee shop, but he got mad and quit in front of seven. Oh my goodness. In front of seven customers, he did get to serve two customers. He didn't like it. It wasn't for him. But maybe later on. Maybe later on.
Wasn't ready for it.
Right. He's like, I'm not going to stand here. Molly is like that. One day she's brilliant academically. The next she seems, yep, that's DeAndre. It's like, where'd it go? Hi, Latanya. How are you?
Hi, Latanya.
Being on journey. Glad to see this. Well, welcome. Welcome.
Tanya Davis. Okay. Yeah. Good to have you.
You're absolutely correct. You can also sign up to speak with the social workers doing. Okay. See, there's some more information. Thank you, Danielle. There's some more information right there during the parent teacher conferences. So take full advantage of that, especially if you need help. Take full advantage of that. I did not know that at all. My son received through our school. Yes. Well, I know here. Now, let me speak on Michigan because I am not versed on every school district, but in the public school setting, any special needs child that has an IEP, they are assigned a social worker. So check into that. Check into that. But they are there to help you. The social worker that, well, I've been lucky throughout the years, except for maybe twice during the IEPs. DeAndre social worker was always in attendance, and he has
Yeah.
a new one this year, so she was there.
I hear all this about IEPs, and only recently, with that boy that I'm tutoring, did I actually get to see what an IEP looks like.
Okay, you were able to look
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah. And it was really detailed. Of course, I paid attention mostly to where he was in regard to math, because there's a lot of other stuff that really doesn't have a whole lot to do with me. But,
Mm-hmm. I am a former K-12 school leader and lawyer. And should ask for what they need, write input statements. Yep, yep. Advocate for definitely. Do not be intimidated. Nope. All be that advocate for your child. I'm always at each and every one. Um, the last one we just had Friday, I requested, and they have to, once you request an IEP, they have to set it up within 10 days. And even though my son had one this past May, but they were in virtual. So I wanted him, since they were back in the school system, in face to face, I wanted him to have another one because it's a whole new team. And they did that for me, for us. But yep, thank you, Latanya. Thank you. Very detailed. Yep. And if you don't agree with something, speak up. Speak up. There's been a lot of parents that will just accept whatever is on that paper or whatever they write down. If it's something you don't agree with, and if it's a need, not a want, but a need at that time, make sure you speak up. uh, let's see. Yep. If you don't agree, if you're not
yeah.
comfortable, you do not have to sign. And you can request, if everybody is not in attendance, you can request to wait or reschedule. And be prepared to be there for at least uh, a couple hours. This last one lasted, I was there for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, but we got it done. So, patience and
Wow.
a good
Yeah.
ear, patience and listening, making sure.
Yeah. Having seen an IEP, I can appreciate that. It's not that you're going to be in there a while.
Yeah, yeah. Teresa says, I also found out that my son will be staying at the school he is at for 6th grade for next year. Okay.
Okay.
Is that something you're good
That's
with? I'm assuming that's something you're good with. So if you are new here, what we do, just to go over this, we just come together every Sunday, share our journeys, um, learn from each other, support one another. If you can help with something, feel free. That's what it's all about, us helping one another. We have come so far. I still remember the fear I had in my very first one. Round of applause and love for how much we have learned and how much we have learned to help. Yep.
yeah.
Now I have to admit, my first one, I didn't know a thing. The very first one. So they had something on paper and told me what they were gonna do, and I just said okay. But as the years went on, I learned, took a couple workshops and learned. Okay, Teresa. Okay, well, awesome. Okay.
Very
So
good.
he'll be in a familiar environment. That's good. Quinn goes to junior high school next year. I worry about the change. Yeah. And I was like you, Sonia, worried about him going to high school. That's another reason I requested the IEP. So make sure you have the transition meeting as well when it comes time.
What state are you in, Sonia?
I think she's in California, but I'm not sure.
Hi, hi, Lizzie.
Some of the districts will try to rush you through or tell you they only have IEPs on certain days. They may say, oh, well, just do it and let us know if you have any questions. No, right. No, no. Yep,
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised, Danielle, when I requested the IEP this time because the teacher was kind of, trying to sway me away. She was like, well, we just did one. I said, but that was different. He was virtual. And now this is a whole new group of people. And she was like, but she kept saying, but I want another IEP.
Yeah.
Yep, she's in
Uh,
California.
Okay. Something I'll just say about high school. I know for me, the big adjustment is, and of course, I knew it wasn't the case of not knowing what to expect. I knew to expect that I would have a homeroom and I would be moving from one class to another through the day, but actually getting used to doing that and getting to every class on time, that was an adjustment. And it's complicated also by a schedule mix up because uh, I wasn't taking 7th grade math, I was taking algebra 2, and so that they got some things mixed up in my schedule. I had to finally get that all straightened out, so that I could take algebra 2, and go to the other classes at 7th grade level.
Okay. So you were in one level. Wait a minute. Let's go back. From in 7th grade, you took
Yeah,
7th grade classes, but you were in a
yeah,
higher level when it came to math.
that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then 8th grade, they had me in math 12. And then after that, the high school ran out of math courses to challenge me. I had to take correspondence courses from the university.
Okay. Wow.
That's one thing that the homeschooling options they have now. Yeah. Hi, Kate. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name you actually go by because you're under Lizzie, Teresa, and Kate. That's right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
That's Miss Mary Kate.
yeah, but yeah. Um, anyway, But yeah, then they ran out of math courses to challenge me at that point. So you know,
Oh, you did good. You did good. Yeah, I was this last go around. It 2 hours and 45 minutes. Two
yeah,
hours, but you did good, Teresa, for an hour. That was real good. And I think the reason, because I had everybody, I wanted to hear everybody and their goals since they're just getting to know my son. And plus, I had the therapist there, so his outside therapists also were in attendance. So that was another reason it was so long. And that's another thing to remember. You could take anyone that's part of your support team to your IEP meeting. It's your meeting. So if anyone's there for support, your therapist, you can even have the doctors write a note as long as it's for academics, you know. But anybody on your support team are welcome at the meeting, or they should be. Don't let them tell you any different. I invite everyone. Yep,
yeah,
everyone who um, touches my son, I want them there. Yep. So once again, we have, if you want your child to participate in a 2022 calendar, I pin the link. It should be at the top of the chat. So you have a couple more days to submit your photos. I opened it back up. So if you missed, so if you missed the deadline, you have a second opportunity to get those photos in. And I had to open it back up because I had so many that didn't follow the instructions. So we're gonna try it again, and it's open back up. But if you already submitted and you did not get an email from me, I have your photo.
yeah. No news is good news.
Right. Hi, Debbie.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Debbie.
Feel free. Ask away. I've also attended IEPs with friends as an observer. Yep. Support. All right, Danielle. Yep.
Yeah,
We have our project manager, vice principal, teacher, nurses, speech teacher, social psychology. My mom and I are at the IEP. Okay. Yep. All, the whole team. So Debbie Mack has a question. We're waiting on her to ask.
yeah.
Hope it's not too off subject. We're trying to keep it autism, but feel free.
And it might not be completely off subject either. I have to wait till we see it.
Yeah. Kenyana says we don't have IEPs anymore, which is a really? Oh, because he's in a private school. So how does that work, Kenyana? How do they know what type of services or classrooms or goals um, Daniel needs? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming because Daniel is in a private school is the reason he doesn't get an IEP. But I would think even the state, even though he's in a private school, doesn't the state still um, evaluate him for an IEP to help the private school or something like that?
Still waiting to see what Debbie's question is.
Private schools. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They don't have to Follow IEPs. Okay, I got it. I got it. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay, but I guess you just have to let them know what kind of services or classroom setting. That's what you've been doing, Kenyana.
I think
Yeah,
too that
that's
kind
interesting.
of logically follows because if you have your child in a private school, I mean, you're only going to have your child in a private school if you know they can accommodate the child's needs. You're not going to put the child in private school if they're going to, you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
They test him at the beginning of the year and they write out his goals. Okay. School district is going to test him soon, but if they try to mainstream him again, he won't go. Okay. So it's like a form of educational plan, but it's not technically called a, IEP. But they do give him some kind of tests. Okay. And goals. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. You see, the public schools, you know, you kind of you got to send your kid to school. So if you use the public schools, they have to be under certain requirements, including they're going to observe an IEP if one is
Mm-hmm.
needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. We have a few more minutes. I'm going to post the link again in
I'm
the.
still waiting on Debbie's question.
Oh, yeah, I
She's
am
really got
too.
my curiosity up about what the question is now.
Yeah, I am too. She hasn't put anything in the chat yet, but I'm
Or
putting the
maybe it's
link in.
long-winded and takes time to type
Oh,
up
here it
too.
is. Here it is. All right, there's Debbie's question. When my son passed, I donated his body to Duke University for the study of autism. We were followed because of multiple family members with autism. They no longer do the study. They have combined studies with several universities. I'm interested in giving my brain for the study of autism as well as my daughter's upon her death. I just do not know. I just do not know who now to contact with. Oh, I don't know. Mr. Charles, you have any idea?
I think what I would suggest is find out, Google whatever means, find out who's doing research on autism, and then get in contact with that institution, and be prepared too for the possibility that this may be a moving target. Who's, I mean, if you've got decades left to live, and decades from now, whoever's doing research on autism now might not be doing research then, and so you realize it's a moving target. But
Mm,
find out who's researching now, and then contact officials there and find out whom to how to go about this.
hmm I hope that helps, Debbie. They also group the students according to their levels. Daniel is in the moderate autism class. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, as long as he's getting what he needs, I guess that's what's important.
yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to come on in for the last few minutes to say some last words, feel free. I put the StreamYard link in the chat area. And you're welcome. Come on in. Come on in.
Yeah, the thing about autism is it's because it's such a spectrum. Um, I even have to wonder how you have a separate class for autistic kids, because you've got kids with so many different degrees of abilities and different things, or even inconsistencies in their abilities. Like they may be at one level on one subject and a completely different level on another subject.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your daughter is 36. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, look at it, I guess, in terms of suppose something happens to me now, I think is how you have to look at it. And then, a few years down the road, look at, okay, are they still doing research on autism? Should I, rethink this?
Okay, Teresa. Let's see.
Very good.
Here I got yours. Yep. So once again, if you missed the deadline, I have opened it up. I have opened it up again, and there it is. It just came through. I got it. I have opened it up again. It's not on the, I didn't, it's not showing on the main website, but I did put the page back up, and it is pinned in the chat. So if you'd like to submit your photo for the calendar, the link is pinned in the chat. You are welcome, and I'm going to keep it open. Maybe I may pull it down by the holiday. Keep it open a few days to give people an opportunity. My son is in a cross-categorical class, 1832. What is 1832?
Let's see. That was the year in which Andrew Jackson was reelected president.
Mr. Charles.
See, 1832, let me divide it into its prime factors. Let's see, that's 2 cubed times 229.
They got odd numbers. Hmm. Visit you guys off to keep up the good work. You too. Well, you too, Debbie. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you find what you're looking for. Okay, everybody, that will do it for this session, and we do this every Sunday, same time, same place. And we'll see you again next Sunday. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. For those of you who celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, I plan on it. I'm ready to eat turkey.
And will we be doing this next Sunday, given that it's the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's fine. I just
we'll be
want
here.
to know. Yeah. Okay.
We'll be here. We will be here next Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll have to have you on sometimes, LaTanya. Thank you. Thank you for coming and chiming in. Thank you so much.
Good to have you with us, LaTanya.
Yes. All right, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you next time.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.